surprises along the way. Decided to turn up and spoil the fun. Oh, and if you ever shot in the dark, don't worry. There's very little chance you get hurt. You might want to check your health insurance. Who am I kidding? You don't have any.
Greetings, everybody. I am Batman. However, due to a crisis on Infinite Earths, I am now known as Solidus-Skully, here to welcome you back to Batman Arkham Asylum. Yes, snipers. Quite dangerous. And I'm not saying that as a means of, playful commentary either. If you happen to get within their line of sight or even within their general area, especially on the harder difficulties, yeah, those snipers will have some, things to say about you. But luckily we can just Goomba stomp their ass and give them the old 1-2. By which I mean, one punch, you dead. Well, unconscious. After all, the Batman does not kill. Except for in the Tim Burton universe in the Golden Age, but those were the early days. When Batman wasn't afraid of himself. I suppose he technically did it in the Nolanverse as well when he killed Joe Chill, but... yeah, early days, doesn't count. Not betraying the philosophy thing-ish, Motron. But yeah, that's also an example of what would have happened in the little sewer area where, if you had to platform around and had to listen to exposition. Anyway, goons are running about, and now we also have more of those knife goons. We have finally mastered the throw move. To be honest, it doesn't really do much to knock out any goons, I'm really just using it for the sake of showing it off and for combat flair, really. But I mean, apart from that, it's really just sort of a waste of... critical strikes, which I suppose might as well get into now. Critical strikes, basically, when you see the times multiplier, glow orange, that basically means you can either pull off, instant takedown move, which you do by pressing triangle and circle, or you can use the throw move by pressing X and square. One of which knocks them out, which is the takedown move. The throw move is just sort of for variety, I guess. I mean, Arkham City and Arkham Knight would eventually improve upon giving Batman additional moves to sort of varietize combat in tandem with using your gadgets, but Arkham Asylum, though, was very sort of, one note about it. I mean, you can occasionally use the throw move to knock to knock, Joker thugs into, electric barriers, kind of like what you saw back there, but, again, it's not really enough, and, again, I'm not gonna say that the combat schema is bad, necessarily, it's just that the pool of moves is rather limited, and even when you are using gadgets, like, the whole Batclaw thing to yank an enemy towards you and, take him down, doesn't quite get as much use as you might, want to have it do thing. Words today. Me am Superman. Whatever. Yeah, anyway, I'm also taking the scenic route because the last time I took the direct route to the Arkham Mansion, those two snipers pipped the Batman, and, yeah, things didn't go very well. But to also... I don't really have much more to say about the combat. Might as well talk about the music, actually, in Arkham Asylum. A lot of it's mainly ambient pieces, but at the same time, you do get the occasional memorable soundtrack, like, I'm trying to think about specific examples, but the only one I can really think of is the one that plays during this specific scene right here, where the thing goes... dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun. Yeah, the soundtrack just seems to kind of err on more of... Again, if it's not erring on the whole sort of Christopher Nolan-esque, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun, it then sort of goes for that sort of Tim Burton ambience, but done in a way that just sort of embodies the whole, gothic feeling of Arkham Asylum, so... It does obviously pinch bits and pieces from Batman media here and there, and it does create some unique ambient pieces. One of my personal favorites is actually the ambient piece that plays in the Visitor Center, but... Yeah, to kind of describe the soundtrack as a whole, it's not something you'll probably find yourself going back to listen to, unless of course you happen to really be into orchestral music, but... I don't know, it does have its moments here and there. And there's the Lowe's takedown. If you're hanging down, you can pretty much just string them up like Halloween decorations. And now we're getting justice for those two poor Arkham guards. But don't worry, your demise will have to wait. The sniper thing. Oh, Batman's about to give somebody a bat bitch slap. Which makes me wonder what the art reference for that was. It kind of looks like they were using that like that meme comic book panel where Batman bitch slaps Robin. I don't know. Again, I'm not really too sure what sort of references they used, because... Again, they probably intended it to be completely serious with the whole negative grayscale sort of thing, but it just comes across as being a little bit, silly. But yeah, that was the entire thing that we needed the Batclaw for, so we could bypass the security gate and find our way inside. Whilst the Joker and his goons are searching for, well, Dr. Young's Teen Titan formula, which is the Titan formula for teenagers. But then we have the Adult Titan, or just regular Titans, as they were eventually known when they became old enough, I believe. But yeah, anyway, the main precipice of this is twofold, really. The thing we're going to be doing in this part is specifically rescuing more Arkham guards, specifically Aaron Cash, because he might just come into play later. Because after all, what is Captain Hook without dealing with a crocodile? Well, yeah, you'll see a bit later on. In the meantime, though, we're rescuing guards, and in turn we're also here for our main objective, to find the Titan notes before Joe can get his hands on them. But where did Dr. Young hide them? Well, I mean, given that she was working closely with Warden Sharp, yeah, she also happens to have office space in here, which makes me wonder whether or not there was some sort of jealousy between her and the rest of the Arkham staff. I mean, she seems to have been given special privileges, given the fact that, you know, the Warden wanted the Titan formula to work purely so he could, oh yes, I'm an old fart working on my campaign, jolly good what. Next good war, yes. But yes, just because we're on the clock and doing missions doesn't mean that I will stop my pursuit of my arch-nemesis the Riddler. He is my enemy, and I will make him pay for all that he has done, to not only make me suffer, but to make old dumbasses suffer everywhere. Stupid riddles and brain-teasing, nerdy things. It makes me cry. And I like doing this because it makes it fall on Batman's head. Tee-hee, what a funny joke. Instant explosive. Sam, bury him in the gas tank. Boom, boom. Timed that a little bit off, but whatever.
New brick, metal and paint, covered old wounds.
Interesting. Write a book about it, Mr. Spirit of Arkham, whoever you may be. But yes, it seems that what the Joker means is just search literally everywhere, rather than trying to get into Dr. Young's office, or... Well, I mean, that... Okay, I mean, again, I know these are meant to be basically the generic sort of, what are we gonna do next, boss? Sort of henchman, but... What exactly is the average intelligence of a criminal? Because I'd imagine they probably have at least... I mean, if they've been doing this for long enough, they probably have a little bit more detective sense than this, or are they quite literally in the sort of organized mind type of, you know, follow the boss's orders or get killed? Again, just chalk it more up to my lack of knowledge about the criminal underworld, but, I don't know, I guess maybe it's the whole sort of mindset of, you know, don't dig too deeply into things and therefore not sharpen your detective skills, otherwise, well, the criminal boss is gonna have you sleeping with the fishies. Yeah, by the way, I'm getting pipped a lot more than I should, and it's really just more down to the fact that I'm just very eager to get these guards taken down. Again, you are given plenty of warning with the, you know, the spider sense prompt appearing above the goons' heads, but yeah, you really do need to be rhythmic with your button presses. Again, like, the moment you see that, you should be pressing the counter button in order to counter their attacks. Failure to do so, and you pretty much get pipped more than you should have. Arkham City compared to Arkham Asylum does make the system a little bit more... I wouldn't say easier to use, it's a little bit more responsive, I'd say. Not to say that Arkham Asylum is sluggish in any way, it's just that... Asylum compared to City I feel is a little bit less forgiving when it comes to, you know, the timing between when you counter an enemy and when they attack. Is that meant to be Quincy Sharp? Oh, well, the man certainly has a big ego about himself. But yeah, this is also me going on a bit of a ruse cruise, because another riddle that I couldn't solve for the longest time was this one. Who was the main man in the main hall? I thought it was going to be this thing, and I tried examining it from all angles until realizing that it was actually something very different. Not even in the main hall, like you would expect, but rather elsewhere. So instead, let us grab this Riddler trophy as a consolation prize, and then I will show you where the true answer to this riddle really is. No, it's not in the main hall at all, it's off to the side here. Yes, this little plaque to Commissioner Gordon. Yeah, this is the answer to the riddle. Riddler, when I find you, I'm going to enjoy watching you squirm. But yes, it seems the Warden's office is blocked off at the present, so... yeah, I could have easily gone through that other door and found Dr. Young's notes, and that was initially what I was intending to do, but no, I think I just sort of fucked off and decided to go after Joker Teeth. Which, again, to reiterate, don't show up on your map, and the only way that you'll know that you're missing Joker Teeth is either if you still hear the chattering, or if you look in the Riddler's little how many riddles you still have left to finish schema, and you have, you know, oh, you need to destroy, you know, X amount of Joker Teeth. Again, those will likely be the last things that you're missing, and, yes, an interview with Dr. Crane. They're calling again. Dun, dun. Good night, Seattle, we love you. There we go. Now we can finally get all the Joker Teeth. Oh.
Shut the hell up. We're in control. Where did she go?
I don't know.
Answer me!
I said I don't know. She could be anywhere. You're not getting out of here, you know. Yeah? Well, you're going down.
Shut up! You got this whole building locked down.
You really think so? Oh yeah? Wanna think again? Look behind you.
Do I look stupid? Do you think I'm just gonna turn around so one of you lame asses can jump me? Ha! Like that'll happen.
What's that collar do? Why is it making that noise?
It's the suicide collar, but it sounds weird.
Suicide collar?
Well, they've got some other name, but, well, we just use them to monitor patients' heartbeats. If it drops too low, the alarm goes off and a crash team rushes in.
And so does my crew if you trigger one. How do you like them apples, bats? Standing around in the... let's see... the West Wing. They'd be there now if they weren't busy knocking a little sense into cash. I'll tell you what, I won't spoil the surprise and let them know you're coming.
Yeah, I suppose it is something I can also bring up in terms of the Joker's character, in the sense that, you know, why would he purposefully not warn his goons about Batman coming if he wants to win? But it is sort of a facet about Joker's narcissistic character in the sense that, you know, he wants to be the one to bring down Batman's barriers, and, you know, he wants to... Well, again, I'm sure this does vary depending on the continuity, but it seems to be that he wants to be the one to bring Batman down to his level and force a tenuous connection in the sense that, oh yes, Batman, you and I are the same! The opposites of the same kind, and when I make you Jokerish, that means I win! But yeah, without Batman, Joker is, well, and again, it does also sort of depend on, you know, comics or media all throughout the Batman mythos, really, but yeah, without Batman, Joker will either end up going sane, or, well, or it kind of winds up in a bit of a different way, where the Joker is basically, you know, that class clown who wasn't very funny, but wanted people to laugh at him, except he doesn't like it when people laugh at him, as later proven by Batman Beyond, where Terry McGinnis made fun of the Joker, and that turned out to be one of the best ways to defeat him. Yeah, so, the Joker, you might look up to him as the clown prince of crime, but yeah, he's basically king shit of, well, Shit Mountain. And, yes, where's your crown, King Nothing? This stealth section didn't actually go as well as I planned. I planned to string up all of these goons by, you know, the gargoyles, but sadly, no dice, and as a result, that basically made this section take up a much longer stretch of time than in fact it otherwise would have. Because I have very specific methods in terms of how I like to pick off my goons. In terms of some strategy, well, okay, first of all, I'm showing off one facet of what you can do, is basically that, again, if you want to free up some gargoyles for use of snatching enemies, you can basically string some goons up and surprise the enemies by, you know, dropping the body down when you use a batarang. Although it is actually quite dangerous to use, you know, if you go back to a returning gargoyle with a body underneath, because basically the goons start to realize, huh, there's a body underneath it. I wonder what's going on there, love. Oh, it's the Batman. I love Batman, except I don't, because I'm a goon. And I don't know why I'm turning him into some fucking English thing. Love? But yes, with the addition of the suicide collars, with one of the more bizarre Batman speech patterns of, "What that collar do? What happened to Batman's speech impediment?" Yes, whenever you take out a goon, they'll basically start emitting a noise and attract goons to your location, although it doesn't really change up the gameplay dynamics too much. It just means that, you know, if there are nearby goons in the area, they'll all swarm to one specific area, even if they're far away. Although that wasn't really much of a change up to begin with, since the Joker did alert, you know, goons to their presence by saying, like, "Oh, Batman has taken one of you down!" And they still continue to do so, so maybe this might have been a remnant of an earlier mechanic in the game where they plan to escalate gradually? Or maybe this was meant to be like a level 2, well, actually no, technically it is a level 2 area compared to the intensive treatment, and then compared to, well, the medical facility. So to be honest, I really don't know what I'm saying here. It's, I don't know. Scratch that thought. But yes, as you can see here, with the enemy dynamics changing, as you pick off more people, they actually start to buddy up. So again, if you try and use your little inverted takedown, their little buddy will be there to go, "Hey, it's the Batman, start shooting!" That's pretty much it. Alley-oop. Well, obviously he wasn't very smart, but yes, more goons strung up like Christmas decorations. Fa-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, even though it is nowhere near Christmas. Quite yet. Because at time of recording it's still in August, and I've just finished this Ventus' story in Birth by Sleep, and by god I'm gonna have to command meld a fuckload for Aqua's story, which I'm doing next. Again, I can't tell which parts of Birth by Sleep are being uploaded at present, because, again, I'm basically getting as much Arkham Asylum recorded as I can, so I have at least enough, you know, so at least I can get Arkham Asylum uploaded, you know, during the October season to kind of fulfill the horror quota. I don't know, I'm gonna presume that at this point we're probably either finishing Ventus' story off in terms of parts uploaded, and then moving on to Aqua's story, but yeah, it's difficult to tell because we're at part 10 at this stage, so maybe we're already finished with Aqua's story, and I just have no idea what the fuck is going on. Again, the Birth by Sleep Solidus-Skully is far in the future compared to the Batman Solidus-Skully, because this game embodies my Batman spirit. Because Solidus-Skully with prep time means recording commentaries rather than getting my shit sorted. But yeah, I should have just... Well, actually, no, I shouldn't have actually, but... I should have picked off the guy on the other side of the bookcase, but I didn't. I don't know, I guess maybe I was just a little bit paranoid because there were two of them there and they would have come rushing towards the position. To kind of elucidate on a little factoid here, yeah, the suicide collars don't activate until they're knocked unconscious, so... Yeah, I mean, again, if goons hear a noise, I mean, they will start running to go, "Huh? What was that?" But again, they won't, you know, start going after goons if they're far away unless, you know, the shock collar activates. Well, shock collar, the suicide collar. It makes a really bizarre noise, actually, when it starts emitting. I don't know. You will actually get an upgrade a little bit later on. I believe it's active as soon as, you know, the whole suicide collar mechanic is introduced, but yeah, you get a device called the Sonic Batarang, which not only can be useful in luring guards towards a specific location for either, you know, an explosive gel takedown or for an inverted takedown, but yeah, it also deactivates the shock collar, so again, you can potentially either use it to lure guards to your location, or basically keep things a little bit on the hush-hush. Yes, like that Batman villain. Hush. I wonder where Tommy Elliot is now. Probably planning things against Bruce Wayne. I heard he wants to take his face. But that's neither here nor there in this case. In the meantime, though, I should have glide-kicked him into the security wall and watched him sizzle. I mean, he would have enjoyed it too, Batman. If he saw anything a little bit like a bat, he would have sizzled just like Victor says. I want the mark. Take down, Bat Armpit of Justice, away! Excuse me. Yeah, now we have... Do we have just one left? Yeah, I think we do. Because I also used a portion of this video to also go hunting for Riddler trophies, but I realized that would have been wasting time, and even with the other things that I have to say right here, yeah, oh, damn it, I was gonna string you up, but now I'm gonna have to hunt you down. Yeah, so I pretty much edited it down for time, so, yeah, you don't have to worry about me faffing about for Riddler trophies, and yeah, as soon as we rescue Cash and his buddy over there, we're pretty much done with this part. And the next time we will continue our search in Batman's quest for Dr. Young's notes and stopping Joker. But on the more important note, destroying my enemy the Riddler. Yeah, you'll be fine.
Those guards are in danger. I can't leave them here.
Fine. Stupid superheroic responsibilities and the fact that the goons are already knocked out. On that note, I am Solidus-Skully, keeping new metal, and next time on Arkham Asylum, we find Dr. Young's notes.
Thanks.
Where did Dr. Young go?
I told her to run. These guys came in looking for her. I told her to go to her office and hide.
Does she keep her records there?
I guess. She was pretty desperate to get in there. Her office is over there.
How long ago was this? I need to find her notes before Joker gets his hands on them.
20 minutes, maybe more. What's so important about the notes?
Joker wants them. That makes them important. Stay here. I'm going to find her.
Not a problem. I'll try the radio, see if anyone else is around.